Hello, everybody. Looks like the gauge says it's empty. Let's take a walk into the kitchen and see what's in the fridge today, guys. Hi, guys. Welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. I don't know if this is going to be a treat or not. Some of these Shiner beers are basically, I call them transitional beers. They're made for the macro lager drinkers to convert over to something with just a little more taste. I'm not aware of any of these being an outstanding beer, but I appreciate getting my hands on this. So I do appreciate it. Not a lot of the Shiner beers are available here. So every now and then we'll find one show up. So this is their birthday beer, which is a chocolate stout. This one comes in at 5% ABV. Commercial description on this says, to celebrate the 106th birthday of the little brewery in Shiner, we crafted this special limited edition brew that's a sweet treat for all, brewed with chocolate malt and real cocoa. This year's Shiner birthday beer is delicious, out with a soft, creamy head, chocolate aroma and taste, and a slightly sweet finish. Drink this beer that's as rich as Shiner's heritage while it lasts. Once it's gone, you'll have to wait until next year for another birthday surprise. Doesn't have the IBUs listed here on this one. And this is a low ABV stout at 5%. So, food pairings for this beer, since it is a stout, it goes well with your chocolate dishes. And here it says food pairings. Usually it just says chocolate. It says food pairings. I don't know if the food pairings are right. Now I've got the right one here. It says American Stout. The cuisine is barbecue, cheese and buttery brie good of Havarti Swiss, earthy camembert, fontina. It goes well with your chocolate dishes. The meat is beef, shellfish, smoked meat, game, and grilled meat. Glassware, pint, becker, nonic, tumbler, stein, mug, sidel. I'm going to use a double glass for this one, guys, to enhance the aromas a little bit. And it says here, not recommended for extended cellaring, since it is a low ABV beer. So let me get the cap off of this one and see what we got. And it is a twisty. I don't drink a lot of Shiner beers, guys. I'll be straight up honest with you. I find them to be more transitional than something a true craft beer enthusiast would enjoy. But I mean, they're not expensive beers, especially down in where they're made, and they're out of Texas, there, guys. They're out of Shiner, Texas. Didn't pour a big head with that. It is pretty dark. I'm not getting a lot of light through it. It did pour a little ruby red color and tint to it, but once you get it in the glass, and as thick as the glass is, not a lot of light comes through it. I'm not even getting any red tinges around the outside edge there. So, and the head is already dissipated, so it didn't hang around long. It was gone. All right, let's get a nose on this. When they say chocolate, they mean it. I mean, it has got a straight up cocoa smell to it. It does. I mean, roasted malt and cocoa is basically what I'm getting on the nose. This may be more what I call a chick beer if it's really sweet. Yeah, man, it's straight up cocoa, just like you had a glass of chocolate milk in here. If I was smelling this and with blindfolds on, I would say, well, that's a glass of chocolate milk. That's exactly what it smells like, guys, a glass of chocolate milk. So let's give it a taste and see what we got. Cheers. Heavy on the cocoa. Overdose on the cocoa, man. It is chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. I would definitely consider this a chick beer. Heavy chocolate. If you're a chocolate fan, this would go well with chocolate cake. I mean, it would be just be like Hansel and Gretel, Bonnie and Clyde, Abbott and Costello. I mean, it's hand in hand. Heavy cocoa chocolate. Very sweet. Not overly sweet. It's got some bitterness to the back end. It's like a baker's chocolate. It's a bittersweet chocolate. But it's got some sweetness to it to balance that out. It's not bad. Not a drain pour, nowhere near that. But it is a very sweet, chocolatey beer. Not giving you the alcohol. Very well made beer. Not my cup of tea, but it'd be very nice to have with a chocolate dessert. I would consider this a dessert beer. Eat this with a brownie. Eat this with chocolate cake. Eat this with some kind of chocolatey dessert. I mean, drink this with some kind of chocolatey dessert. It would pair up very well with that. It's like an overdose of cocoa. It really is. It's like you took a spoonful of cocoa and stuck it in your mouth. Heavy, over heavy on the chocolate. So, big time chocolate beer here, guys. Low ABV, very sessionable. If you're into the chocolate type beer, what I would call a chick beer, as sweet as it is. So, well, let me let the other half taste it, and we'll come back and do the final chug and grade on this. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. Very sweet, chocolatey beer. I mean, I would definitely consider this a chocolate beer. The other half loved it. I mean, she likes these really sweet, chocolatey beers. I mean, I couldn't see you drinking this with a meal. This is a dessert beer. I mean, if you're having chocolate cake or a brownie or something chocolatey, this beer would pair very well with that. But as far as having it with a meal, nah. Maybe after the meal for dessert, yeah. And from what I hear, they date their beers, but I have looked all over this bottle and I cannot find a date. It should not be a hide-and-go-seek game with this bottle dating, guys. Let's do the final chug. I mean, it's like chocolate. It's like chocolate in a glass. I mean, it really is. When they say chocolate stout, this has got it. I mean, if you're into the chocolate stouts, especially a low ABV at 5%, this will be the one. I mean, it's damn sure chocolate up one side and back down the other. So, final chug here. Too sweet for me. Not my cup of tea. It was a nice change though, but like I said, I looked all over this bottle, guys. Couldn't see anything with the beer in it, and now that it's empty, I've held it up to the light and looked all over it, and there is nothing that I can find on this bottle whatsoever. So, I mean, for a low ABV beer, usually your stouts and imperial stouts, 7% and above, are going to keep for a while, so the dating is not that critical. This is the 106th birthday beer. So they've been brewing beer for quite a while, if they're up to 106. I don't think they've been brewing this beer for that long, but it was okay. It was okay, guys. As far as I'm concerned, it was not that impressive. It was above average, I'll put it that way, but to me, just barely. So that's the way I'm going to grab it. I'm going to give it to 5, which is a B-. If I could have found a date on it, I might even give it a solid B. But with a 5% stout, you need to drink that fairly quick. It has a shelf life. If it had been a 7%er, the shelf life would have been extended considerably. But being 5%, you probably need to drink this within the first 3 or 4 months. I don't know what's going to deteriorate other than being a low ABV beer like that, but it was okay. Nothing to write home about. What I consider either a dessert beer, something to have with a cake, some kind of chocolate dish, or a transitional beer or a chick beer, if you will. A lot of the ladies like these sweeter beers. But anyway, it gives a 5, which is a B- for me. And let's see what everybody else thinks. I may be all alone in this boat. Beer Advocate says 81 in a good range. If I was putting a numeric rating on this, it would probably be somewhere between a 79 or between 78 and a 79, somewhere in that area. Not quite to the 80 scale. And over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says overall 74 and 46 in the style. So not very impressive numbers from them either. But it was okay beer. It was okay. It was definitely above average. Definitely they hit the chocolate mark on this. It's definitely overloaded with cocoa. I mean, it is like it's cocoa in a bottle to me. So, alright guys, that's what I think about this. If you've had the Shiner's 106th birthday beer, the chocolate stout, let me know what you think. And let's go to the fridge tomorrow and see what we can dig out. See you then.